Well, I've been dragging my feet all day. I hate these days. I hate gloomy days. And I want to talk to Amy about, Amy. This is Amy over here. I wanted to talk to Amy, talk about the 2-year-olds with Amy. There's Addie too. We see you, Addie Bear. We had all the babies going today, and I went with the ones I wanted to go to. I got there, we had sets, but then Amy had called me and said that it was kind of misting out, not a very nice day. Track was a little tacky, a little sticky. I said, fine. Everybody just train the horses in sets. We don't have to go in specific sets. Just make sure all the horses trained, they're all going the same speed, 2:30, thereabouts. I was going to go with 3 or 4 or 5 and go a little quicker with them. I had a list of horses I wanted to go with. So we got the 2-year-olds done. Dropped Ollie off at baseball practice. I'm waiting for him to come back out. And I figured we'd do our 2-year-old list. Now, we'll do our opening tomorrow, as we generally do. It's supposed to be sunny tomorrow. This weather just drags me down. So the 2-year-olds. I'm going to go through them all, talk about how they went today, and Amy has some insight in the horses she went with.
Yes.
Sunny tomorrow.
17.
Oh, much better day
Instead
tomorrow.
Instead of 9.
Much better day tomorrow. AC/DC. Actually, when I got there, the first set was over. They had the sets. First set was over. Second set was all the Pacers.
We still went in the right order. If
well,
you
technically,
look at your sheet,
technically you did.
We just went in 2 groups.
Yeah. So
across from each other.
The Pacers all went out together. Jason said AC/DC was actually very good today. He said he'd like to see a little more speed from him. He's come a half in 5. He's come a quarter in 32, 33 seconds. But he'd like to feel like he could do much more. He's just not quite there yet. And I said, well, was he on the line? He said, well, no. I said, well, he'll get there. Just relax. Before he was on the line, and he'd make breaks, but now he's getting stronger and getting better. Although the whole point is to, especially for this week, and there'll be a couple of weeks in advance, like 2 weeks from now or whatnot, on a Wednesday or a Saturday, we'll throttle them all back to 30, allow the horses that are struggling a little bit at this time to catch up, and allow the ones that haven't been struggling a chance to catch their breath, so to speak. So AC/DC was good today. 2:24, I think Jason said he ended up going with him. Tried to stretch him out a little bit more. And at that point, I'd already told everybody, too, I wanted to go around 2:30. So he did beat 2:30, but he said the other 2 that he went with were very good. They all finished together, all well within each other, all well within hand. So a good training set. AC/DC was good. Now, Aunt Sarah was on my list. Amy said she made a break the other day. Now, just to set the table for everybody, Aunt Sarah's always been on the left shaft and on the right line. We've x-rayed her. Dr. Tessa went all over her way back in October, the end of October. She was the first one to wear a head pole and a Murphy blind. She's always been like that. And I do see a little bit of weakness on the right hind. She gets over on the left shaft a bit, but she's plenty strong. She's got lots of muscle on her. And she doesn't seem like she's slowing down in the turns. And she made a couple of breaks her last time. I went with her this morning, and she made a break on me, going by the half and the 5/8 turn. I pulled her up.
In the turn?
Yep, in the turn. I pulled her up. I said, nope, that's enough. That's fine. Brought her back to the barn. She was blowing a little bit. I said, give her about a half an hour. Make sure, put her in her stall, let her empty out and relax. Put some hobbles on her. She never wore hobbles before. So I went about my day. You and I went with Xena and Pretty Eyes and Lies. We'll talk about them in a minute. And then I went back out. I went a mile in 2:16. Now, the ones on my list, I was going to stretch out a little bit today. I went a mile in 2:16 with Aunt Sarah. She was very strong. First day she had to do a ton of work. I didn't find her running in bad. The fact that I helped her in the turns with the hobbles leads me to believe that it wasn't right hind. The right hind has always been there, right? Whatever weakness, you'll always see. It was funny because Nick Clegg came in when we were looking at one of the other horses, and he was asking me about Nothing But a Dreamer. And I remember when we broke him over on the left shaft. His whole life over on the left shaft, but never really got worse, only incrementally better his entire life in regards to being on the shaft. So there was nothing ever found. They just thought when we had him looked at a couple of times, they just thought that right stifle was a little bit weaker than the left one, and he always carried over on the left shaft a little bit. Hi, Ollie. And he never really bothered him. He was always good, raced good, and remained good. Hey, get in, bud. And remained good his entire life. He's Ollie. Shh. Here, you can have mine.
Oh, thank you.
He's what, 6 now? Nothing but a dreamer. And I won the opener backup class with him.
We still have him?
2 weeks ago. No, I drove him for Nick. But it just made me think of Nothing But a Dreamer when we were... Ollie?
Shh, my bad.
It just made me think of Nothing But a Dreamer when I was training her, because I don't think the right hind is a catalyst. I think it's more... I think if you just compartmentalize all the issues that we see with the horses, say, okay, I believe she is a little weak on her right hind, just like he was. I don't think that's why she was making breaks.
I just don't like how she acts after she makes breaks.
She was fine today. Even after she made the break, she was fine with me. Never did anything wrong. Never never tried to be bad. I went back out with her. I said, take that ear hood off. She potentially is trained.
I told you to put her on.
Yeah, no, I said, take the ear hood off. Had 2 poles on the left. Murphy on the left. She was straight in the turns. And the fact that she powered through the turns makes me believe that maybe her knees were a little bit weak. We're hurting her a little bit. This is the time of year when that happens. That would explain the making the breaks in the turns and being a little temperamental. All that would be explained by what I'm seeing. I think it's 2 different things. I think her knees were a little bit weak. They were good today. She just needed a little bit of help in the hobbles, much like Bobby did. A little bit of help in the hobbles and then just blasted forward. Now, the big thing for me is I want to go with her Monday. I want to see what she looks like on Monday. If she's sound and everything is...
Monday.
Who isn't?
You.
Why aren't I? Oh, I'm at Ava's thing.
Ava's what?
Ava, I'm doing...
Oh, yeah, the presentation thing.
I'm doing a presentation.
You're doing it for me, too. It's the whole junior high.
I know. I'm doing a presentation. They asked 6 parents to come in and talk about their...
Career day.
Their careers. On career day. So I have to do a presentation at Ava's junior high on Monday. Well, you can go there then and tell me what you think of her. But that is what that's what I think was going on with Aunt Sarah, because she was awesome second trip. Never put a step in, powered through the turns, got to the turn, never hesitated, blasted right through. I think she just needed a little bit of help, and I think her knees were just a little bit tender, but I'm curious to see how they look on Monday. So that's my take on Aunt Sarah. She trained great, but we did have the hobbles on her today. Bianco Spiaggia was good. Little heat in his ankles in Ontario, so he didn't train today. Again, real big colt.
It could have just been the track change, too.
Could have been a lot of things. Yeah, it could have been a lot of things. I'm not too worried about it. As I said, this is very important because it was great because Nick and I and Jason, both Jasons, and Dr. Latessa were just in his clinic, and we were talking about the young horses, and I said, listen, any of these young horses, we see issues when they've been in 15 or 20, they're all fixable, right? You might see a little bit of roughness in that third carpal we talk about. You might see a little heat in their ankles, a little soreness here and there. You can back off, you can mitigate it, you can manage it, and you can work with it. But when you protect, and then get to the races, and then ask a catch driver to jump up and drive them hard, all of a sudden, those inferiorities that they had, this is my belief anyway, those inferiorities that were there, they're still lingering, they're still present. And now that you're putting some real maximum torque on them, all of a sudden those little lines become fracture lines, become slab fractures, become tears in the suspensories. And I think, listen, we've had our share of injuries. Everybody will when you're dealing with athletes. But I think the stuff that we see in 15 and then we deal with it and move forward, I think saves the entire season. So again, that there's no way for me to prove that to you, right? There's no way to have the same horse and you can't, there's no way to compare different horses. So my feeling after a long enough time training horses, I believe, is I'd rather see these issues in 215 because they're minor and you can manage them and move forward. But if you protect them in such a manner that you don't expose those inferiorities, those weakness, those weak areas, you will see them, and you're going to see them at a torque and a speed and a power that is going to actually truly injure the horse. So that's my feeling anyway. I don't know if that's correct or if anybody agrees with me, but I'm happy to see something come up. I'm more than happy to see a weak set of knees and a stifle we got to work on with that filly, then pretend it's not there, maybe back off with her for 3 or 4 weeks, put her in the field, bring her back. Those knees are always going to be a problem. Now you get to August and you really let her rock, and all of a sudden she pulls up lame, she's fractured her knee, and now she's got to go to the clinic. So I'm happy that we saw everything we saw over the last 2 weeks, especially in regards to Aunt Sarah, because I'm pretty sure now that I know where it is and now that I know what's going on, that we can manage it, mitigate it, and get her to the races when we're supposed to. Now, Blue Rare Didn't train today. The track was a little firm, a little choppy from the rain that fell, and I've been super careful. One of my partners, Greg, had messaged me and said, I see Blue Rare scratch again, and she's starting to get sore. No, I did think that she was better with the flip-flops on, but as I said to Amy the other day, I felt that she was over on the right shaft a bit, and she's stabbing that left toe ever so slightly, and I think she has been loading weight. Now, Dr. Latessa looked at her again, said, I don't see anything with her knees yet. She flexes good. She seems good to me. She is a little tight in them, maybe, but nothing to get too concerned about. So we opted to put the flip-flops back on her. But what I see is that weight already been loaded behind. She's stiff over her back, and I think she's over on the right shaft a little bit. Now, right line a little bit would be that right knee if there was a little tenderness, which means she would be loading weight on her left hind. I do see her a little stiff on her left hind. So I'm just super protective of it. And I'm just going to keep a very, very close eye on her over the next 2 weeks. We have lots of time, and she has tons of speed. Just want to make sure that we do the right thing when it comes to Blue Rare.
She's got like almost 3 weeks. She doesn't need to be ready like the other ones do.
Yes and no. She has a stake on June 26th. The Tompkin
Where?
Gears in Ontario is on June 26th. But if we forego that race, if we have to, which we're well in range to get there on time, but if we decide to forego that race, then in fact you're right. It's another 2-3 weeks before the next one, maybe 2 weeks. Okay. Capistrano Nights was good today, I believe. I saw her out in the track jogging around. Now, I didn't get a full report horse by horse itemized from both Jason's and Eric, but I did ask everybody, was there any issues today? And no one said anything. Now, that's not true. Jolene Hall made a break. I went back out with her. We'll talk about her in a minute. You said that Bobby made a break, but you said she was just a little warm.
She was fine after that.
Did you have the open or closed on her?
Open.
Yeah, you should have put the cord on her. But that's all right. It's not a big deal.
If any, she was like, I could have threw the lines at her after that.
She's getting better.
By herself.
Well, that's not very helpful, but she's getting better. She's getting better. Jason said all the ones he went with were good. And we'll talk about the ones that you went with as we come to them. But Capistrano Nights was good. Captain Doolittle, you went with.
Yes, I did.
I got your strap, by the way.
Yeah, I gave it back.
So I want to make this very clear because our hobbles never break, but they broke on Spitfire yesterday. The stitching broke. I don't make the stitching, right? I make the loop. We have the loops that are in good working order. I bring the ropes in. I put the pulleys on. The strap goes around the belly. Has very minimal torque. They'll never break. Now, from the pulley to the bike, I do not make that. There's no way. I don't stitch things. I don't know which is best. They're usually pretty good. The stitching at the thing peeled away and snapped on Spitfire yesterday. So I guess the easiest way is, can I say with all certainty that I looked at that strap to make sure it was in perfect working order yesterday? No. I think it was one of those things where I just assumed it was. I didn't see anything wrong with it, but obviously, can I say with certainty there was no telltale signs it was going to break? No, I can't say that. So I need to do a better job when I get on the bike just to make sure, just look down and make sure. It'd be like me saying you got a flat tire. Well, did you check the treads on your tires before you get in? No, I didn't. I just assumed they go around and they work fine. So I just it's just something we need to take a look at. Now, those straps on the jog carts, the newer jog carts, you have the bar, right? And they've welded this little piece here where you can snap the hobbles onto it. So we snapped the hobbles on, but you had the snaps, what, a $2 snap. It's made of, zinc. It's made of nothing. And this hobble snapped today on Captain Doolittle. He luckily was trotting pretty good before then.
Yeah, he was. Yeah. I don't think I've gone with him ever. And
yeah, he's not the roller coaster. He's not the first roller coaster in the park you go to.
No, but he wasn't even like. It's not like the jog cart was jerking or like. It was not
just
like
a snap.
Super
I saw you going. It was just a snap.
And I actually thought he was smooth.
He's getting better because he's getting stronger. He's widening out. He's not as
hit.
When you look, I'll tell you what. If you look at all the horses and you say, okay, who has the most improved gait? There's no comparison. It is absolutely Captain Doolittle. He had the ugliest gait.
But he has like a go straight on and
he doesn't maul himself like you think he would. He is better now than he was. So he broke the hobbles, but was trotting good before then. I watched Cherry's Girl go. Don't ask again. I said to Jason Merriman, he sent the two kids out, Johnny and Tyler. There's James. He is the devil. Text him there and just tell him I'll call him in a minute. He was having a little little nap.
Addie's coming.
Addie, give Mom her phone back for a sec. Cherry's girl, Jason, I come in, and Don't Ask Again had made a break on Johnny. Now, Johnny doesn't know Don't Ask Again, and of all the horses, she will make a break, right? I should be going with her or one of the Jasons, and instead Jason sent Johnny out, and she made a break. So I said, hey, I know you're in here washing jog carts, but our horses are training out there, and I think you probably should have went with one of those fillies. Cherry's girl was awesome. 1, 2, 3, 4 on the front end, looked all business. You couldn't ask a horse to improve more than she has over the last 5 weeks. Whereas Don't Ask Again made that break. She just needs, she's where Cherry's girl was 5 weeks ago, so I'm hoping she'll come to life. But Cherry's girl was great today. Now, Degas, I saw Tyler coming off the track with Degas.
I didn't see her.
Eric jumped on Rico Tubbs, and Tyler went with Degas, and they're both together. I said, how were they? Eric said Rico Tubbs was great, and Tyler said Degas was fantastic. They were both very, very good. So I'm happy with them. Again, they've all went in 30 today. It was just a slow, put your work in day. Diosidella Donza was good. I saw her go. She looked good. Don't Ask Again, as I said, made that little break, but she was trotting okay before then. I think she's making them in the turn. She has to be interfering, so it might be time to switch up and make a little shoeing change with her behind. We had the aluminums on her behind. She was trotting okay. I took them off because I didn't want to keep wearing them on her. What we might do is put a half round, half swedge and just tip her out a little bit if she can handle it, and see if we can't. If she's got to be striking those shins behind. Maybe put some bat wrap on those boots for a couple of weeks, and then we'll see how she is. We got the update from Ontario. Is there any specifics?
I'm finding out right now.
Okay, so Dune has been training good. They said everybody trained good. Sterling made a break today. James didn't go with Sterling, and I was just about to tell James, listen, I told you I'd send those horses home, but you are to go with Sterling Hanover in the other set. I didn't send him over there to make breaks, and I didn't send him over there to regress in any way, shape, or form. I sent him over there to train on a bigger track. He made a break on me the other day. He was not good the other day. Now, we had just taken the flip-flops off him. Does he need a couple of weeks to transition into those shoes with the flip-flops on, or does he, in fact, need the flip-flops? I don't know yet, and I can't answer that, but I will answer that next week. That's 100% for sure. So what do we got next? Dune, Emerald Tom was good. You said he made a break?
Yeah.
With the hobbles on?
Yeah.
I'm going to have to go with him this week because they told me the other day it was night and day better. Obviously, night turned back into day because he ran on Johnny today, so I'm going to have to fix that. Go Strong Hanover, Jason said, was very, very good. I said, I need specifics because I am contemplating castrating this colt. He said the horse was great. He's got an ear hood on. He said, I moved him over to Head Lane and he dusted everybody. I said, okay. I already told Dr. Tessa, he said Monday he's going to castrate Perfection Hanover. So I have 48 hours to make up my mind, so to speak, at least for right now, on Go Strong Hanover. Had to know, Jason said was great. Hobbles maybe a hair tight is what he told me coming off the track.
Yeah, he told me that.
But he said he was very, very good. Hanger 1 has a nasty abscess in his foot trying to come out. He is lame right now. That usually sounds awful, but it's usually a good sign. It's at the end of something blowing out. I don't remember him ever hitting his foot, though, so I don't know where he would get this abscess from. Like, he's made breaks and acted up, but I've never seen his foot come in bleeding. Not one time. So I don't actually know where this came from, but it obviously is bothering him quite a bit. So we'll see what happens with him over the weekend. He hasn't been doing anything right now other than eating hay and relaxing. We'll look at him when we go back tonight, but I don't want to move that. I don't want to take that animal intex off until at least tomorrow at the earliest. I'd like to leave it till Monday, actually. So we'll see. But Hanger 1 is on hold right now with a little abscess coming out of his foot. He's a Fearless Peter. Did you go with him today?
I didn't, but I saw him go. He was good.
Who? Oh, Tyler went with him. I saw him too. He looked really good going. Highest Honors was good. I watched those guys go.
No, you came with us with Jolene.
Yeah, I watched him go. He was good. I went by him down the backstretch. He was on the front, and I came first over and blasted by everybody, and then two of you guys got by me down the lane.
Yeah, was it me and him? Oh, Perfect Thought?
Yeah, she was in the middle. Actually, everybody went by me, but you only won the set by a length and a half. 2 lengths, I was behind you. So Highest Honors look good again. I know that, I think Eric went with them.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did. He said he liked them. In New York, I don't know how he went today. Now, I'm going to go ahead and say, everybody said they all trained good, no concerns, no problems. I did not get a direct update from Eric, who went within New York. Now, I will say this. Going in 2:30, I don't think he'd have a problem because his gait's getting much slicker. It's almost like we're starting over. He's going to get a little bit faster and a little bit faster and a little bit faster. He does trot slick at a medium speed without the hobbles on, and I think that will expand as we get along. But I did not get an update. I went with Jailbird Jog. She went fast, but she was pretty ornery today. A little rude. She made a break for no reason at the 5/8. I hit her a swat when she made a break, and she got a good last half and last quarter in like 32 seconds of the jog cart. She was good, but you can tell she still has to get better and better and better from there. Yeah. What, Oliver?
Can I use the charger?
No, you cannot use the charger right now, and I think you know why. We have talked about you bringing your charger, not bringing your charger. You just assume that everybody's going to have a charger for Oliver, and luckily, Anthony brought one. See my phone where it says it's charging, that little green dot up there? Mm-hmm. That's because I brought a charger for my phone. Joe J. Fotag, she trotted, finished 4th. She struggles a little bit, and I keep saying, well, listen, we're in for a penny, in for a pound, at least until the qualifiers with this filly. She's a big, gigantic filly. She doesn't seem to sprint with the other ones just yet, but she has a bigger frame than the other ones. So I'm going to use that for now. I'm going to say, listen, I expect when qualifiers come and push comes to shove, this filly will push through and qualify. That is my hope. Right now, she's all dappled up. She looks really good. She trots nice. I just need her to do a little bit more, and I'm giving her a little bit of a latitude right now in that regard. Jolene Hall made the break on Eric. I went back out with the Pacers, and he said she was running in. Now, Murphy blind outside. Jason said, oh, she pulls up. She'll pull up without that Murphy on. They got it right against her eye, just like this. And I said, take the Murphy, at least put it out wide. Line pull on the inside. She was on the right line the whole time. Put a head pull on the left, and or take that line. This goes back to what I've talked to you about being proactive. She's far enough in her training, she's not going to pull up. Not like that. I think, but if you allow her for that thought to enter her mind, then yes, she will pull up. You need to be 1 step or 2 steps ahead of her all the time. I'll tell you what, she is fast. Yeah. She was really good. When I moved her, she sprinted right by you guys, and she never let up on the front end. It just 3 pacers outlagged her down the lane, but she was very good. Need the head pull on the left, take the Murphy off the outside, and just stay ahead of her. I'll go with her next week. And maybe I'm wrong, but we'll see. I thought she was very good this morning. Judy's Money looked good too. I saw her going. She's turned the corner. The mile that she went with Eric the other day was very, very good. Her last 2 miles. She won her set last week, the other day, and then the training trip before that, she was 3rd right across the track with us. That was videoed, that one. Judy's Money has really turned the corner and looks better. Leland Hanover, I missed him. Jason went with him. Eric had one out there. Who did Eric have? It'll come to me in a second. Jason and him were out there training. Merriman said that he was very good. He said he was perfect. So that's what I got. That's what you're getting. He was perfect. Lifting Legend continues to train good in Ontario. Everybody has seen him go. He seems to be that even Steven type. Not the slow even Steven type. Just even Steven. He trained good for you last week, and they said he went good again today. Love Sensation did make a break on Tyler. Tyler began to tell me how she was slipping and how she's not... The flip-flops. No, it's not. The filly just probably hit herself and made a little bit of a break. I'll go with her this week, but listen, tons of speed. I'm not worried about Love Sensation in the least. Megan's Lucky Day was good again today, just baby steps. You can still tell. I've been very protective for her. Here's a horse that has won her last 3 sets, and I'm still, I shouldn't have to go with her. But I just know if somebody else goes there, she'll make a break. I know she will. She just still feels a little rattly. Incremental. Actually, I think you beat me today. Who'd you have? Xena. Was that Xena?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. You got by me with Xena. Both those fillies were trotting good down the lane. I told you coming out of the turn, I didn't want them sprinting down the lane. Just let them trot down the lane. She was good and comfortable, which is marginally better than she was her last time. Marginally better than the time before that. Baby steps for her, but she has been on gate. She's got like 4 or 5 flat lines in a row. I want to keep that going with Megan's Lucky Day. Millie Girl, she looked very good today. Was she really good?
Yeah, she was.
You said left line a little bit?
Yeah.
I don't know what that is. Maybe just put a blister on her. I'm sure she'll be fine. She looked very good when she was going by me. Now, my name is Swany. This is important. My name is Swany. Went to train, jog yesterday, and they said she was lame. So I'm hearing this as I come back. I'm getting mad because you just can't have one day where you're away from the barn and everything goes good. So I hear My Name is Swany was a little lame. So got to the barn today, brought her out of the stall. There was a little heat in her left ankle. I flexed her ankle. If there's any, babies are not like racehorses. If there is any tension, soreness, or anything in any kind, and you flex an ankle on a baby, they're gonna jump, right? You're gonna know right away that they're sore. I flexed her ankle. I couldn't get her to flinch at all, which is really odd. I went out and jogged her, and she was actually a little sore on the other side. So I came in, and Dr. Latessa happened to be looking at horses in his clinic. Now, his clinic is the old pool barn right beside our barn. I said, could you pull your x-ray machine out? Just go over the front end of this filly. I want to make sure her knees and ankles are okay. He looked at her everywhere, couldn't even find a shadow, nothing. So he just pulled her shoes off. I'm sure she's got a nail a little tight to her white line. So you have the hoof, and then you have this little white line, like the quick in your fingers, right? On your fingers. And get too close to it or go through it. It's quite painful. And especially if you put a nail close to there, it's jamming up against it, or God forbid you've gone through it, they're going to be very sore. And My Name is Swany was a little bit sore this morning. I jogged her a couple laps, a little bit off. We pulled her shoes off. She seems super comfortable. There doesn't appear to be anything out of order. So, I mean, 1 + 1 = 2. I'm almost positive. We just pulled her shoes off, poulticed her up. I guarantee you'll come up. Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm sure on Monday she'll be just fine.
She was screaming for her lunch, so she wasn't that worried about
she's fine. Neuromancer, you said, was a little ornery today, but good. He's a lot like his brother. In fact, Maury was even worse than him. If Maury had been his size, we would have been in trouble. Maury, the fact that he was small and really you could just manhandle him a little bit was the only thing that made him safe. Neuromancer, if he was like Maury, would be extremely difficult to deal with. And I know everybody's like, oh, can we geld him? You're one of them. Can we geld him? Can we geld him? No. He's the sweetest horse in the world. He just gets a little ornery on the track. I'm not too worried about Neuromancer. But you said he was sound, though, right? He jumped on his foot the other day. No, he's done that a number of times. I hate the bell boots on him because he touches his knees. For those of you that are horsemen out there, or even drivers, you know what I'm talking about, right? Nothing worse than bell boots and knee boots. But he's going to have to wear them because this is 2 or 3 times now he's jumped on that bulb at the back of his foot and it's sore. So, but you said he was sound, so that's perfection, however, trained good. We are going to castrate him. I can't be mad at the horse because he's not as good as I hope he was.
He didn't train bad today.
He just didn't. He just feels like he's back a bit. Like he's just not where we need him to be. And maybe he can't get there. I don't know. Is he an okay horse? Yes, he'll make the races. He's an okay horse. I'd like to see a stake horse come out of this horse. And I don't think he's going to do it as is. I don't think we're going to see a sire stake horse. And I would, speaking historically, I would be very concerned you might not see a stallion series horse as is, right? He's putting on weight. He's looking better. He's starting to lose his weight. He's going to lose his winter hair. He's going to shine up. But where's that 5th gear? Where's the accelerator on him? We're going to castrate him and hope that he starts to focus on his work. Because he appears to have everything you need to be a good horse. He just doesn't seem to have that V8 just yet. And I'm not saying that castrating, I'll put it this way. As is. You don't have to worry about who his full brother is. No one's going to care who his full brother is. He's good. But he's like our 6th best pacer right now, and he should be our best pacer or 2nd best pacer. So we're going to castrate him and hope that helps. I'm not angry at the horse in any way. I'm just really trying to help him get to where we hope he can get. Perfect Thought was great. Also, Pretty Eyes and Lies, I told you, you're just too protective of her. You are too conservative with that filly, and I had the proof today. I am absolutely positive of it now, because when I went to move her, 0 sprint speed on the big slob.
That's why I said
because you're too protective. Easy, girl. Easy. I don't want your knees to get sore. Easy. But you may not literally do that, but that's how you're acting. You need to drop the hammer on that filly. I'll go with it for the next 2 weeks, and I guarantee you, when I speak to her, she will come forward in a big way over the next 2 weeks. You are too easy on that filly. I can tell. When I sat behind, I told her, move her over and snap her on the tail, and she's like, all right, relax, I'm going to get there. Hey, she's right there. I'm going to go by her. I want you to move when I ask you to.
You tired her out in the post
Oh, my God, will you stop? Too easy on that filly. She's got some rough weeks ahead of her. I'm not mad at her, but she needs to learn to sprint. Rico Tubbs, they said, was fantastic today, which is not shocking. The horse, I trained him in like 2 weeks ago. He was great. Riding the rodeo again in Ontario. I'm really sorry. I know you guys get these generic updates. Oh, they said they were good. When we're there,
I asked James. He said everybody was good.
Sterling made a break.
Except Sterling.
Yeah, so he's going to have to go with Sterling from now on, or I'm going to reach to the phone. I'm going to grab him right by the windpipe. I'll go with him next week. I'll be home. So I'll give you guys an update then better. And again, but it's unfair to them to hear, oh, James said, everyone was okay, everybody. Don't worry about it.
I know.
I need a little more. A little more. So that's my fault. We'll get that squared away this week. I'll have an in-depth look at them for you. And I'll watch the videos that Curtis made. Literally looked like the Blair Witch Project. It looked like he let his son drive the...
Oh, it was because it was windy?
Oh, my God, it was terrible. They were horrible. Horrible.
I wonder why he doesn't... So I saw Chris
He's
Gooden.
scared. He's scared of scaring somebody's horse. I don't blame him. Because you ever scared somebody's horse at Stutzman's?
Right
There's a 20-foot drop in some of those hills.
Yeah.
It absolutely is not a fan-friendly training center. If he would build a shack at the top of that giant mound of dirt he has in the middle of the infield, that would be great.
But I was just going to say, Chris Gooden sometimes is right over top of them.
But you're at a racetrack with aged horses, and everybody knows. With Curtis, you can't be right over top of horses, because if you ever scared somebody else's horse and went in the ditch, there's a lawsuit.
Yeah.
So, anyway, my apologies. Riding the rodeo was good today, according to James. Rose Run Bobby was good. Amy put her on the run, but you're scared of her. I know you're scared of her.
I wasn't scared of her.
I think you were.
No, I sat at the back.
And how'd she run? She just said, I'm going to run today.
No. Excuse me.
Take your time. Collect your thoughts.
I will, because if you weren't late, you would have been there.
You're right, but I didn't mind you going with Bobby. So what was the problem with Bobby?
Bobby was fine until I wanted her to wait, because I didn't want to move her in that turn. I wanted to wait
She
at
trots
least.
the turns better in the straightaways.
But I wanted to wait until the half to move her from the back.
I told you, if you look at the text I sent you, I said, in fact, I believe if you look, it's exactly, if she gets warm, just move her to the front at the 3/8. I can't look at the text because it's on that phone, but I will after. And I know what I said to you. If she gets hot, move her to the front at the 3/8. Because I remember typing 3-8 THS. The 3/8 is between the quarter and the half. That's the 3/8.
Okay. Had I been moving her before the turn, I would have moved her. But it was in the middle of the turn.
That's after the half. The 3/8 is in the turn at the quarter, between the quarter and the half.
Before we got to the half.
That's after the half.
I was trying to wait until the half to move her.
Why?
I don't know.
Okay. So when I said 3/8, you thought you were going to go to the half. That's actually further than I said move her.
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
But
enough said.
She was fine.
She was fine after.
She was trotting really good.
Great.
And she... You know what?
What? 3/8 is the 3/8. What you just told everybody is, you know what? I should have listened to my husband when he said move her at the 3/8.
He's run on me a million times in
Not with the hobbles on. Okay. She can trot the turns faster than the straightaways.
I haven't gone with her in 2 months.
That's still not my fault.
And you said she doesn't need anything in her mouth. Yes, she does.
Not when I go with her, she doesn't.
And my freaking line's way back.
Why did I tell you to move her at the 3/8, do you think now? Is it all making sense to you now?
Yeah, but she needs
How would I know that she was going to get hot and make a break on you at the half? How did I know that?
Because she's done it to you.
No, because she can get warm, and I know what she does. Anyway, that's fine. She was great the other day.
I still went in like 20.
When I told you to go in 30. You're not helping your case really any here.
So
you didn't move her when I said to go, when I told you to move her, and you went faster than you were supposed to go.
I was at the back, so I wasn't cutting out the mile at all.
So it sounds like you chased everybody down afterwards, though. So now you made a break.
I finished third.
So you made a break and then chased everybody down to finish third.
Yeah.
Okay. I see where we're going now.
It's kind of like James and Gaslight.
Kind of like, yeah. Except Gaslight's a 3-year-old.
Are we going to go?
Addie, you shut it. We actually have to go. I race in 40 minutes. Royal Duchess. Here, hold on. I got to go.
Hey, just so you know, you asked to come with us.
That's right.
Addie.
Royal Duchess. I saw her train today. You know what? Everybody quiet. We're doing a video here. Royal Duchess was good today. The thing I like about Royal Duchess, she keeps the expectations low, and she just continually does. I don't know the last time she made a break. I don't even know the last time she made a break. She is not a speed demon. She's not going to wow you with flashes of speed. But you know what she does? She gets it done every day. Royal Flush Deal was good. I was actually going to say something to the kid, like, come on, man, with the brakes. But that horse is terrified of the tractors, and there was 2 tractors out there at that time. Yeah. He did make a break on him, but he was great the other day for Tyler, so I'll give him a pass. Simply Chaotic. Again, and Solidarity, my apologies for nothing more than the same generic answer I got from James. They were all great, except Sterling Hanover made a break. That is all I got. Now, James just called me when I was doing this video. I'll call him back and ask for specifics. I did call asking for specifics before I did this video, but he didn't pick up because he was having a little kitty cat nap. If I know James.
That's what you do.
Oh, is it? Steady Volo, Harry said was great the other day. I expect him just to hang out around 2:30 with Sterling Hanover. And I was hoping,
today, wouldn't you?
yeah, he would have. And I was hoping Bianco Spiaggio would be able to train with those two. It'd be a nice little set of 3. But it looks like he's going to, if that swelling is any concern at all, he's going to need some time off, which is, I'm sure, fine. Steph's Hope, I saw her go. She looked great. Man, I'm really, really happy. This filly could be the sleeper.
I've never seen, I haven't seen her go since you did
She
her
looked very good again today. She could be the sleeper in the entire Ohio rookie filly division.
What about Bobby?
Oh, well, we just talked a lot about Bobby. We can talk about her in a minute, too, if you want, Addie Bear. Sterling Hanover, I told you, made a break. I'm going to figure out why and get that fixed. Supermind was very good. That's who you trained with, Captain Doolittle. I thought both horses looked good until the hobbles blew up on the other colt. Sweet Lake, I saw her coming off the track. They said she trained good. I didn't get any more specifics in that, but I know she's training good. I've sat behind her. I love going with that filly. Oddly enough, you said her brother qualified and won at 50 today at the Meadowlands. Captain Luke.
So did Sterling's.
So did Sterling. Yeah, Meshuggah qualified today, too. You're right. Tomboy Strong, I didn't see her. How'd she go?
I didn't see her.
Was she not in this first set?
Oh, was she in the first set?
Yeah, you had Bobby in there. I don't know. Somebody went with her. She's a horse with all the white. You can't really mix
Yeah,
it.
well, if either of the Jasons went with her, she was good.
Okay, well, that's who must have went with her. And Uncle Danny, Jason said,
good.
was exceptionally
Did
good.
Merriman go with Tomboy?
Must have been. I guess.
Because
I don't know. I wasn't
Danny
there. That was the
and-
first set.
Danny and whoever Jason Merriman had
Yeah.
were perfect.
Yeah.
I
So it
finished
sounds a lot
third.
like that. Yeah. That sounds a lot
And
like
then the
it.
other two run at the head of the lane.
Yeah.
Oh, and Jolene ran in like the...
And Jolene was fine afterwards. I know, I've seen a million Jolenes before, and there's no problems with Jolene. I had zero issue with Jolene. She was very strong today. And Woodmere Bullet trained again today in 222 for Smitty. He said he was very good. He'll start dropping him below the 20s next week. So there is an update for you about all the 2-year-olds. Today was a little bit of a lag day, as I said. Just an easy, go easy day. I'll make a list of horses by times moving forward. So where I believe all the horses should go, we'll have another set that'll likely go around 230, 225, 230, somewhere in that area. And we'll have other horses that will descend closer to 210. And then I think about the second week of May, we'll probably put them in the race bikes and go a mile on 2.6, 2.5 with them and start moving forward. You know, people forget when we had our Mother's Day open house. Remember we had our Mother's Day open house? We went in 2.5 with all those horses at Campbellville that year. Swany the Giant was one of them. All those horses. So the second week in May, we'll usually put them in the race bike and go, not to stretch them out hard, but just let them feel themselves. It's usually a really busy day because that's our first ever usual 2-trip day. So we'll see. I might be able to work something out with the starting gate too, get the guys in with the gate or something. I don't know. I don't know how we'll do it because we're not at a training center, right? We're at a racetrack. So you can't inconvenience other people because it's convenient for you. It just doesn't work that way. So we'll see if we can work something out where everybody's comfortable and happy. And that will be in the month of May. So happy with the way things are going. No deep and utter concerns right now over any of our horses. Sure, there's some I'd like to be doing their work a little better. There's some that we're dealing with some issues that are getting better, but I'm happy that all the horses that I've been going with, aside from Bobby, who made a break today apparently,
Oh my God.
all the horses...
So many other people did too, and you're not even saying anything.
I'm not worried about any of them. They're all good. Jolene Hall made the break. It's fixed like that. And it's just an equipment thing. It's just mechanics. So with that, I'm going to let you go. Have a wonderful rest of your weekend. We're going to get up tomorrow and do our opening on Sunday as we do in the sun.
Oh, I have
Tomorrow?
to take David to dance early.
Well, we'll just do it after. When's dance done?
Oh, like 12.
Well, you have to stay there from 7 to 12? I think I'm supposed to turn there.
No, I don't know why it tells you to turn
No, it
there.
does. It turns there. And I don't know. It's faster, but it tells you to turn there. I know it does.
Too late.
12 minutes. It's fine. Anyway, I will talk to you guys soon. Have a wonderful rest of your weekend. We will do our opening tomorrow. I'll write my email tonight. All the videos except for the opening will be loaded. So all we'll have to do is the opening, load the video, and away we go. You'll have your videos on Sunday regardless. Have a great weekend. I will talk to you all very soon. Take care.